Pizza also has space for your private event and offers both in-house and off-site catering services. Open daily at 11:30 a.m. for lunch and dinner. For more information, visit their Facebook page or contact Fired Up Pizza at 509-936-9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at CheWelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at CheWelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
Hey there, folks. This is Kitschy Mama. Join me Saturdays at 7 p.m. for Retro Obscuro Weirdo Oldies Radio, bringing you long-lost records from the 1950s and 60s. That's right, Saturday nights, 7 o'clock, right here on KCHW 102.7 FM, Chewelah, Northern Lights Public Radio.
All right, people, let's do this thing. Go Team Dynamite!
I thought we agreed we'd go by the name of Team Super Cool.
As I recall, it was Team Awesome.
I voted for Team Alpha Wolf Squadron.
All right. From henceforth, we ought to be known as Team Alpha Super Awesome Cool Dynamite Wolf Squadron.
All right, it is time for your KCHW Super Cool Awesome Dynamite Awesome Super Squadron morning show. Good morning. I love it.
I thought that was a cute one to start off with, and a big round of applause for Chuck because he pressed the shiny red button. We're broadcasting online on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and also our website at kchw.org if you want to see our goofy faces on a little video.
That's right. From the very beginning today, Scott.
From the very beginning. That's amazing. Carrie's going to give us a big thumbs up, I bet, on Facebook.
I know, right? I hope so. I hope you're listening, Carrie.
We hope so, Carrie. All right, getting things fired up this morning. How you doing, Chuck?
I'm good. It's it was a good night last night. We did some stuff, and we got. Can I announce our new the program that we applied for some money for? Can we do that now?
I guess so. We can apply. We can talk about it. Have we got it?
We got some money from the city last night from the Hotel Motel Tax Fund.
Well, thank you, city.
Yes. So what that is we are going to be starting a program to give some of our time slots to local nonprofits, who will then choose a business, organization, event, individual to highlight that's doing really cool things in the area that will bring people to the area in a creative way.
All right, so, but what that basically means in probably layman's terms is that we'll pick a different nonprofit in the community and give them free sponsorship announcements to promote what they're doing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
so it's great because what this does, and I've talked about it before, and I've shared it with you. I'll share it again. One time Diane came in, made a donation to the radio station. Mm-hmm. And basically what they did was bought some of our airtime and then they donated it to the chamber, would auction it off for a chamber auction. So she took $700 and she turned it basically into $700 for us and $700 for the chamber. So she doubled the money, and this is kind of the same thing. That grant supports the radio station with some much needed funds, and at the same time, they're supporting 5 other nonprofits in the area, or a certain number of nonprofits, and really it's doubling the effect of the money. And what a great community thing, and what a great idea, Chuck.
Thank you. I'm really excited about it.
Chuck brought that to our last board meeting. You get double applause. Oh wow, I'll even throw in a rim shot. There you go.
And it's also going to be working together with ArtsWA from the state and sort of highlighting regional efforts to sort of create the sort of creative economy boost in the entire area between here and Newport, Ione. We have reciprocal agreements with multiple news publications, paper publications. We've got the Chula Independent, the Huckleberry Press, the North Columbia Monthly, all on board with this, which is really exciting.
Didn't we apply for another grant with the group to try and do the same thing again?
Yeah, it's really more of the money we got from the hotel motel tax is partially funding this program enough to at least kind of get started with it. And then we applied through the state for a Washington State tourism grant to fully fund the program for a full year. Yeah, so that would be really exciting.
Good job, Chuck. You know, you're so much better at being a station manager than I was.
Oh, shut up.
Or did I put all the right people in the places to help give you the support you need?
I think it's a combination of everything, Scott.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I appreciate it. And Melissa has been huge in this. She's our grant writer, our head of fundraising. We were up until 2 a.m. the other night writing that grant and getting it submitted.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What a great team, and so thrilled with our new board members and stuff too. We've got an awesome team.
We do.
To keep the radio station moving forward and into the future.
We really do.
Yeah.
And
I think it's the best position KCHW has ever been in since its inception in 2012.
Oh.
So it's nice, especially being so far away, to sit back and watch things click together. And I really enjoy just answering questions when there's an old one that comes out of the woodwork and says, "Hey, how do we do this?"
There's a lot of those.
It's getting shorter and shorter all the time.
It is.
All right.
And a big thank you to the city for that, and the city council for approving it, and the committee that approves those applications.
Wow.
We're really excited.
What a great thing.
Yeah.
And it's just going to help tourism. And we are a tourism town. We are not an industrial town. We are like the center of arts in Washington now. It's awesome.
Well, it's really cool. It's more than arts. The state of Washington actually recently had a study came out that highlighted that sort of was looking into the effect of the creative economy. And the creative economy is more than just art. It's businesses, it's support businesses, restaurants, anything that provides entertainment, anything that provides any activity or does things outside of the bounds of what is, typically standard business. The Columbia Creamery is a huge example of a creative business. They're the only people in the country doing it the way they're doing it. That is very creative. But it's dairy, and it connects the farming community with the creative industry. And this new report came out and showed the economic impact of the creative industries. And statewide, it's 20%, and that's in areas like Seattle and everything. But areas like ours, in rural areas, that 20% can go up to like 50, 60, 70% of the economy base can be based in the creative economy and really boost areas like this.
And what a thing that the group of people at the Cheweel Creative District did by joining that plan through the state. It really opened things up and brought different nonprofits in town together. And I know there was more than you, but you and your wife and Mike Bentz, you guys spearheaded this and you drove it home, and it's an awesome thing for the town. Good job all the way around.
And don't forget about Brad Schaefer and Lynn Cassidy.
Okay. Well, I knew there were. I wasn't involved in the group.
There's a bunch. Yeah. No, I know. No, I appreciate it.
All right.
It's exciting.
All right.
Stuff.
Well, Right. A little look at weather today. Cool one for Chihuahua, 53. Actually going to beat you today with my 60 degrees here in sunshine. 33 and mostly clear tonight. Tomorrow, your Friday. What a great run into the weekend. Sunny skies, high of 58. Mostly sunny for Saturday, 64. Sunday, 58 and 37. Next week, you're going to get back up and touch, I see, a 70, 71, 66. Nice weather ahead.
That's Saturday, 64 degrees and sunny, man. That is perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. What are the kids eating for breakfast and lunch today, Chuck?
Let's see. For breakfast, we have a breakfast burrito. It says IW. They always put these abbreviations after these. I don't understand them. IW.
Maybe it's a whole wheat wrap or something like that.
Maybe it's so good the kids eat it and say, "Oh, burrito, IW." No.
Okay.
And a variety of cereal, fresh fruit, fruit juice, and your choice of milk with your breakfast. Then for lunch, they have chicken noodles, biscuit. No, I was looking at yesterday. Ooh, this is even better. Teriyaki dippers with mashed potatoes and green beans with whole wheat bread, fresh veggies, fresh fruit, and your choice of milk. Teriyaki dippers. I would dip those in the mashed potatoes.
Yeah. I clicked on horoscopes today, and I have the most dad horoscope I've ever seen. It says, your family may be going through a rough patch today, and don't want that to happen. But that doesn't mean that you can't get the basics across. Wait until tomorrow at earliest for any serious conversations or interventions.
For a second, you said the most dad horoscope ever. I thought it was going to be a really corny joke, Scott.
No, it was my actual horoscope. So, but I thought that was very dad, serious conversations or interventions. Wait till tomorrow.
Well, I want to have a serious dad conversation about dad jokes really quick, Scott. And this is going to be for the people watching on Facebook, watching on the video feed. There's a new study that came out about dad jokes and how they're really, really important for society, for us in general. And I'm going to show you why.
You got to watch the video to get that joke.
That was only for the people on the video. Sorry, everybody, you don't get to see it.
Well, most of our videos, if you're watching the show, and we don't monitor them all, we just see Facebook, 2-3 people watching with a video. It's the aftermath of the video. By the end of the week, those videos have garnered 100 views, 130. Our biggest one was 1,500.
Wow, which one was that?
That was when the FBI was looking for Russell Bolton.
Wow.
And I was really dumb. I've talked about it before. Is that story went nationwide, and we neglected to tag it with his name. And I would like to know what would happen if I would have tagged that video with his name. So now after that, every video gets tagged just in case we have some news story that breaks across the country again.
Wow, crazy.
All right, what's your sign, Chuck? I forgot.
I'm a Virgo.
A Virgo.
A Virgo.
All right, let's see what you got in store today. Nobody disputes your organizational skills.
You should. You really should.
Sorry. And right now you're showing everyone just how great they are because we were just blowing some smoke your way because you've done so well. You're perfectly aligned with your files, possessions, and projects. Unpack the mysteries of the universe from your inbox with free daily email, but you don't need that.
With free daily email?
I guess they put an ad at the end of it. You're perfectly aligned with your files, possessions, and projects, Chuck. Good job.
Mean I can get email for free? Where does this come from?
What kind of thing is that?
Who pays for email?
All right. Let's see. Do we want to run through events first thing this morning?
Yeah, we might as well. Let's go ahead.
All right.
I've got them up right now.
Looking at a Thursday today, so that means we've got our senior citizen potluck and games from 10 to 3.
Yep.
And we have the food bank open 10 to 2, and line dancing as well for the senior center 10:30 to 4:30. Actually, the line dancing's for anybody, right?
It is. I think so. I don't know. It's at the senior center. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they wouldn't turn you down. I haven't confirmed that, but we probably should. But it is fun.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, do you want to do Thursday or Friday?
Sure.
Okay.
Right. Sure.
So then, tomorrow is the Chamber of Commerce meeting over at the casino. Then adult pickleball is back up for the summer at the golf course from 9 a.m. to 11:30, which is very cool.
Okay.
And then you want to do
You want to go ahead and do Saturday
Okay.
because you're going to know more about the auditions than I am. Okay.
So Saturday is from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. the Gold Hill Trail Work Party. That's up there by the golf course. And then, of course, starting at 10 a.m. is the Chihuahua's Got Talent auditions. You have today and tomorrow still, if you haven't signed up. We still have a couple signups trickling in. We had 1 or 2 yesterday. That is going to happen again from 10 to 8 a.m. There is a time slot on those forms. And if you have filled in one of those time slots, just come in at that time. And I've been emailing people with their times, reminding them to come in. And we're going to have the audition set up. You're going to go through the front door that's over on the City Hall side at the end of the building and come on through. We're going to have a registration table set up and make sure that you're all there, and we'll have seating available there for you to sit and wait for your turn. You're going to come into the theater and show us your performance, and we're going to have some of our judges here waiting to watch you see what you do. So come impress us.
All right.
It's going to be very exciting. And so the first round of competition is Saturday. Second round is Saturday the 27th, the next week. If you make it through this round, you will make it through to the next round the next week. The final performance is May 11th at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts. Those tickets are available for sale now at chihuahuasgottalent.com, kchw.org, or you can check out our Facebook page. And there's posters all around town with QR codes on them that you can actually go right directly online and buy those tickets there.
All right. So just for my curiosity, you guys are doing it a little different this year, I think. Mm-hmm. If you come to round 1 and you make it through, you'll be coming to round 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And if you can't make it to round 1, and you really need to do them both the next weekend, we can accommodate that. We've got a couple folks. One lady had her daughter's wedding this weekend, and we can't deny them that. So.
Right. So you'll be a little bit flexible.
Oh yeah. Okay. We want people to participate more so than we want to follow procedures.
Okay. Good deal. I remember one year a kid tried out and he didn't make it into the show, but his talent was jumping on a pogo stick. And he didn't make it into the show, but I begged the crew to let him be in it to the point where while I was emceeing, just randomly, maybe a couple times throughout the night, he would just come across the stage on a pogo stick for no reason. Oh. I thought it would have been hilarious, but they wouldn't let me do it. And I just thought that was a good gag.
That would have been great.
All right. I want to cover one. Usually we don't do commercial businesses, but unless it's like involved in a community event. Mm-hmm. And this one is, and it's a great cause. And this is $3.95 Coffee Roasters launching Buddy Beans. Buddy Beans is basically a portion of all proceeds are going to go to benefit Becky's Best Buddies. And of course, we're talking about Becky Washington and the things she does with animals and dogs and trying to rehome them and take care of them. She's a force of nature, it says here, but she needs our community help to cover the costs that come with this work, and $3.95 Coffee Roasters has stepped up to do that. So portions of all proceeds are going to Becky's Best Buddies for the month, and that is owned by John Raymond, who sent us this press release.
Nice.
Let's see. Becky's Best Buddies, $3.95 Coffee Roasters will hold 2, maybe more, Buddy and Beans events where folks can meet and adopt pets and buy a bag of coffee. All right. First one is the 21st from 10 to 2. At the Chihuahua City Park. So this weekend.
Very cool.
Then again on Saturday, May 4th, 10 to 1 at the St. Paul Lutheran Church in Chihuahua. All right. Locations where you can pick up the coffee and help support Betty's Best Buds is Acres United Drug, Blue Creek Mercantile, Kettle Falls Pharmacy, and Bare Necessities in Deer Park. What a great cause.
Very cool. And talking about cool creative businesses doing great things. And I know John, and he's actually a really great guy, and he's involved in a lot of things in the community too. So,
all right,
very cool stuff.
Right. All right, from the news headlines, a few quick ones. House Speaker Mike Johnson unveiled a $95 billion foreign aid package of 3 separate bills that he hopes to pass with Democrats' help this weekend, amid clashes with the GOP hardliners saying that they're going to kick him out if he works with the Democrats. Heaven forbid, both sides should work together.
Why would they do that?
Dogs and cats sleeping together, mass hysteria.
Right?
All right. The bills would provide military aid to Ukraine, Israel, and replenish U.S. weapon systems and give humanitarian assistance to civilians in Gaza. I think they left out Taiwan is in that one of the benefit packages as well. The resistance, of course, dissatisfied GOP hardliners have threatened to try and remove Johnson from a seat, but he shrugged off those concerns, and hats off to him because he said some wacky stuff and went out maybe and supported Trump on some things he shouldn't have. But he says, I've got a job to do, and so do my colleagues. And that's the right attitude. So, yeah. I can't believe I just played a round of applause for him.
I mean, isn't that like working together and finding common ground? Isn't that supposed to be the goal
of democracy? Huh.
Right. God forbid.
Huh.
Wow.
Not attacking the Capitol and creating violence and being angry. That's not part of it.
And causing division. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
All right. House is expected to vote on the bill Saturday before sending them as one bill to the Senate. President Biden said he'll sign it if the legislation is passed. If you're a fan of The Masked Singer, are you a fan of The Masked Singer, Chuck?
You know, I have been off and on. We used to watch it. I don't really watch it anymore, but yeah, it's a cute show. I like it.
I think that'd be a cute sideline gag for the radio station, maybe to host at our location sometime.
That would be fun.
Where we do like a version of The Masked Singer with locals, and you have to guess who they are, and maybe some prizes involved to who figures out who the majority of the Chihuahua Masked Singers were or something. That could be kind of fun.
I love that. I love that. All
right.
We could get the mayor out here singing a song. See if anybody can guess who it is.
Senate Democrats dismissed the articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas after a two-party line votes that they were unconstitutional. So I said that horribly. As a Senate hearing on Boeing's ongoing safety concerns, a current employee testified that his superiors not only ignored safety concerns about the airplanes, but then threatened him for speaking up.
Wow.
Bad Boeing. Bad.
Wow.
All right. USA Basketball released its star-studded men's roster for the 2024 Olympics. A few names on the list are LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, and Joel Embiid.
I've always wondered about that. So the Olympics are supposed to be for young, up-and-coming athletes. And
what's LeBron James doing in there?
And every Olympics they stack this. I guess if other countries are doing it, if it's agreed upon thing, if it's allowed, I just don't know. It just seems a little weird to me that they stack the deck with all these professional athletes.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think the Olympics should be a chance for up and coming talented people to show their stuff, not people that are making billions of dollars. Well, okay, millions of dollars.
Right. Like if you have a professional contract, I don't know. I guess the skiers, they have contracts and they have endorsements, and I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Tough one.
Yeah.
All right. Do you ever watch The Bachelor, Chuck?
No.
They don't. The kids conned me into watching that Golden Bachelor, and 3 months, they actually got married on the show, and 3 months later, they're getting divorced.
No. Say it ain't so.
The girl said that they want to put me on The Bachelor, and I said, yeah, you got to be rich for that.
Yeah. I mean, you've got the attractive part down. You're just not rich, Scott.
Ooh, well, thank you, Chuck.
There you go.
Wow, Chuck.
Well, you don't see that every day.
And we've got it on tape, too. Chuck said I was attractive.
There you go, Scott. You are. There you go.
All right. Bachelor Fans Going Home with Tyler Cameron premiered overnight on Prime Video. Let's see other ones. Comedian Conan O'Brien's new travel show, Conan O'Brien Must Go, is now on HBO Max.
Does he still have the beard? Didn't he have a beard for a little bit after he retired?
He did.
Cool.
And after seeing that, I like gingers with beards. Come on, Brandon Hansen. Or one of your little kids. In baseball, Rangers and the Tigers play at 1:10 p.m. That's this afternoon. It's Eastern time, though, on Fubo. Al Leader's son, Jack, makes his Rangers debut. And that is... here's a few more headlines. This one, I got a picture, too.
Okay.
So, talking about the homeless online this morning. Overall, researchers found the high cost of living, especially housing, is pushing down quality of life for people across the country, not just where we keep seeing it in the news in LA. This year, the overall quality of life rating reported by survey respondents dropped to 53 on a scale of 10 to 100.
Wow.
Tied 2022 for the lowest rating since the survey launched in 2016. 2022, the COVID was still going on. That's not fair.
Right.
All right. Wow. Renters report lower satisfaction with the cost of living and jobs and the economy than nearly every other major demographic group in the survey of 1,689 county residents from L.A. Let's see. Going along with that in L.A., here comes your picture. You've heard about people living on the freeways, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
All right, and that's even over on our coast of Washington. Well, this guy has taken it a step further. Here comes the picture from my shot in the view. He has literally, on the edge of the freeway, built a house.
That's actually kind of nice.
It's got a garden.
Yeah.
You can kind of see it over here on this side. I can't see it from the picture, but even a little hammock there, right alongside the freeway. Wow.
And he's got some nice, I mean, he has a tarp for a roof, but he's got some nice trim on the house and nice windows.
Maybe someday real estate will actually try and sell it.
Wow. You know, we got to do something about these housing costs right now. Especially rentals right now are so absolutely insane. You know, I remember seeing things in like New York and LA and these big cities where, you know, you'd see these rental prices like, oh my goodness, who could ever afford to live there? And now it's everywhere. Even prices around here in Chihuahua are so sky high. I don't see how people can afford them on a normal job.
We've got to come up with something else. And it's a trickle effect too, because I mean, literally to build new ones, the price of wood, cement, everything comes into a factor for that. And who really, with today's prices, could afford to build a new apartment complex? And anybody that does spend all that money, I mean, you want to build a 60-unit complex, get ready to cough up $1 million. Oh,
easily.
And then you're going to want premium rents for the money that you laid out. This is not a good answer.
Right.
I say take all these closed down malls, places like that, things that get abandoned, and rehab them into apartments and make them cheap.
Yeah. I mean, you look, malls are abandoned across the country. Large buildings, especially after COVID, office buildings are abandoned now because people are working from home. There's lots of opportunities. I saw a study once, the number of abandoned homes. If people could just move into the abandoned homes that are bank owned or have nobody in them, we could just about solve our homeless problem overnight.
Boston, New York, Chicago, all crying because their downtown office buildings are vacant and no one wants to go back to work. There's an answer there, but the people that own that real estate, they're not, you know, going to give it up. Mm-hmm. That's probably the problem. So I don't know.
Yeah. We're talking the other day, Amsterdam has squatters. I think it's a little bit extreme for the United States, but they have these squatters' rights where if you take over an empty building that the building owners aren't doing anything with, they have so long to do something with the building, or the squatters in the building have legal right to then take over the building. So if a building sits empty for so long and the squatters have to prove they're taking care of the building and can pay the bills and everything, they can actually take over the building if the building owner refuses to do anything with it. Just saying.
He eventually got arrested, but there was a guy, and I believe it was New York, who tried that and with the squatters' rights and had actually been paying the property tax on the building.
Wow.
Had all the utilities put into his name. Yeah, he had worked it all out. Very impressive.
Wow. All
right. If you remember this robot that's up on our picture now, he's kind of blocky. He's got hydraulic hoses. He's kind of beat up because he's that robot that would do the flips and stuff that you saw on TV. So his replacement is out. That name of that robot was Atlas, and that's the one you probably saw years ago that would run and do flips and jump and pretty impressive.
And
well,
the researchers kick him.
Say what?
The researchers would kick him and try to knock him down. They couldn't knock him down, and then eventually he's just going to take over the world. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's from Boston Dynamics, and they've just unveiled their new humanoid robot. This one does not use hydraulics, does not have hoses, and it looks something out of a movie. Check
Wow.
that. I can't remember what movie that had that one where the robots just had a circle head with a light in it. It kind of looks like it's about maybe 5 inches thick, but it's like a ring light with a mirror in it. And there was a sci-fi movie that was full of robots. I swear they designed this one after that sci-fi movie. It's not popping into my head.
Was it iRobot?
Maybe.
Yeah,
it was. It looks just like a robot out of iRobot. And look at the back of his head here where I'm moving the mouse. If you can see that, he's got a Wi-Fi antenna.
He does. I have his face stuck to my bathroom mirror, I think.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like one of those concave makeup mirrors.
Yes.
With a ring light on it. That's exactly what it looks like.
Pretty impressive. Can't wait to see a video of this one in action. All right, let's flip my screen around here so you can't see all that text. Bear with me for a second here.
No, just wait until they get a fake skin for it.
Say what?
Just wait till they get like the synthetic skin and can make it look hyper realistic and pass as human.
All right. There's my next wife. The paper published in the Journal of Hazardous Materials, has shown now that microplastics are present in the gallstones of all 16 patients they tested. So this doesn't, cross the country. Is it the same? Who knows? The younger subjects, as in people under 50, featured higher levels of toxic substances in their gallstones.
Wow.
So it's definitely in us. They said in mice, microplastics accelerated gallstone formation and altered gut microbacteria. Kind of scary.
Wow, like altered it in a bad way, I'm assuming?
Yes. Caused severe problems for people. I can't say the name. It's called, it aggravates cholelithiasis by forming large cholesterol, microplastic heteroaggregates, and altering gut microbacteria. Wow.
I wonder what the solution is for that, because our current filters and our filtration systems are not catching these.
No. So when are they going to add that to those water filters? I think they're too small, really.
Yeah, it seems like they're just kind of emulsified in the water, and they're not catchable. Probably smaller than water molecules.
Yes, they're very tiny, but I don't know how that relates because I'm not a scientist. All right. Way to go, Google. Google's fired 28 employees. All right. This is over their petition. 28 employees. Google fired them over their participation in a 10-hour sit-in at the Search Giants offices in New York and Sunnydale, California. Also, I believe they did it in Seattle to protest the company's business ties with the Israeli government. Pro-Palestinian staffers who had donned traditional Arab headscarves as they stormed and occupied the offices of top executives in California on Tuesday were terminated the next day after an internal investigation. Google Vice President of Global Security Chris Rakow said in a company-wide memo, they took over office spaces, defaced our property, and physically impeded the work of other Googlers. Rakow wrote in a memo obtained by the Post, the behavior was unacceptable, extremely disruptive, and made some co-workers feel threatened. Everybody in every town, I guess, that participated has been terminated for their participation. Your job is probably not the best place to do a sit-in at.
Yeah. Huh.
I think there might have been better ways to maybe they could have wrote a letter and everybody signed it, to show their dissatisfaction. All right.
Yeah, and I'm not sure Google can. Well, I guess if they're protesting the ties to the company, but yeah, maybe put it in an email, put it in a note. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to bits and breaks. This is the fun stuff. Chuck was eating Chinese food last night. Chuck, what'd your fortune cookie say?
Well, the fortune cookie that came with my Chinese food last night said, "You are not special. You're not unique. You're just another person in a world full of people. Get over yourself and start living your life."
Wow. I don't know, Chuck. I think you're better than that.
Inspiration.
Life's a bumpy road. You should wear your seatbelt.
That's right.
All right. My cousin in Spokane said his kid's Little League team is taking the game seriously this year. They say if they don't get a new ballpark in Spokane, they're moving the team to Hilliard. True story. True story.
True story.
I once got reprimanded for making a Hilliard joke on the radio. when I worked in Spokane. Yeah. My punishment was to go to a city park in Hilliard. I literally had to do this in the station van and hand out free ice cream for the day for making fun of Hilliard.
I kind of like that.
Then my coworkers, they pranked me, and they had a group of people show up to harass me for making Hilliard jokes.
That's awesome.
And I thought it was for real. I mean, I really did. I thought I'd like really angered this community. Turned out it was like friends of people at the radio station that said to prank me. It's the worst. It's the worst. So here I go again. Thank you.
That's amazing. How many Idahoans have we angered?
Love you, Idaho. Way to go. All right. Looked at a map today. The cost of a Big Mac. You know, we've talked about this before on the morning show of how expensive fast food has gotten, in particularly how much McDonald's has jacked up their prices. Across the U.S., cheapest Big Mac can be found in Oklahoma for $3.49, while the most expensive is in Western Massachusetts at $8.09 for a Big Mac.
Wow.
All right. Locally, Colville, $4.99. Deer Park, $5.69. And Spokane, just over $6. Right. Bangor, Maine, where I am, $6.09 for a Big Mac.
You know, we've been talking about that, and it's the prices have leveled out to where it's almost the same to go to fast food, go to a sit-down restaurant, or even buy groceries to make this stuff at home.
I think the only really difference in cost there is the tip.
Right.
Just saying.
I got like 3 little bags of groceries. I didn't even buy groceries. They were snacks, you know, $300 for like 3, I think it was like 4 some small bags of groceries.
Yeah.
Insane. That used to be $300. That was when you went on like that big monthly trip where you loaded the big cart to where it was mounding and it took you hours to put the stuff away. This was just a quick 15-minute trip to the store with a few groceries in one of those little carts. $300.
You know, it was just a year ago I was complaining because like 2 of those, I don't know, the take with you sacks that people have, just kind of like the average size you can buy in a store.
Yeah.
2 of those were like $50. Now this year, 2 of those is $75 to $100 when I fill it up. Now, granted, I might have a jug of cat litter too.
Yeah.
But still, it's crazy. So I've decided to stop eating.
Okay. I thought you were going to say just share Mooch's food. Eat the cat food.
I don't know. It's expensive too. It's $20 a bag.
It is.
I mean, for the cheap stuff. Yeah.
My dog food is $90 a bag, and we have to buy those twice a month.
Yeah, it's all right though because you can eat the dog.
That's true. Especially the one. He's nice and fat.
Oh, that's not good though.
No,
it just adds your cholesterol.
Right.
All right. Chuck's got some travel tips. Take it away.
Right. So always a fun idea. This will help you remember the places you've been in a very old school way, Scott. A woman shared on social media, she sends herself postcards. She'll pick up postcards at tourist spots and tourist cities and mail them to herself with a little note about something she did that day or week. She says she has hundreds from vacations and trips, both small and large. I actually really like that. I think that's cute.
It is perfect because years and years ago, I sold a business and I squandered the money traveling America. And maybe not squandering it, but I got, it was a great experience for me and my wife at the time and the kids. One of our things was caves. In that 2 years, maybe a little more in a year and a half, every time we went by a cave, we took the tour.
Yeah.
When I go back and look at the pictures, I can't tell which cave is which anymore.
Oh no.
So if I would have taken postcards, I think that would have, and did some kind of collage. Here's the postcard from that cave. Here's the pictures from that cave. It would all make a little more sense. Now when I go back and look at the pictures, I'm like, what cave was this? Oh, what cave is this? So.
You could, if you do like a reverse image search on Google, it might be able to recognize it. A lot of those have the AI search functions now that might be able to tell you which cave it is.
That is an excellent idea.
Yeah, especially if they're common cage. I had a friend of mine years ago. His daughter was sick and in the hospital for an extended period of time. She turned out fine. But the one thing she wanted that he put out a social media campaign for was to send her postcards from wherever you were, from wherever you're traveling, or just whatever town you happen to be living in. She wanted postcards from everybody to see all the places that people were in, and it was very sweet. So, yeah.
All right, next story this morning is all about the shotgun. And I'm not talking about the one that goes boom. I'm talking about what you call when you're going to ride with somebody, when somebody calls shotgun in the car. So how old is too old to be calling shotgun? When you and a couple of buddies are riding somewhere together, I just wonder because I'm in my 50s and I've had friends yell shotgun.
Oh, yeah.
When you're going places. So after this guy in the story called it while going to lunch, this guy says, I decided to find out where the custom of calling shotgun came from. What I discovered is that historically the shotgun position originated during the days of horse-drawn wagons. Since the driver had to handle the reins, the other person with a shotgun was needed next to him or her to fend off attacks from bandits and outlaws. So the next time you're riding shotgun, take one.
Okay. Okay. That's very cool. Also, Scott, when he left for Maine, that's without shotgun. I get the seat.
I took shotgun the whole way here and let Maine Mooch drive.
Oh, cool. I bet you he was probably a better driver anyway.
Yeah.
Although he kept falling asleep with the wheel. That was rough.
Yeah. And the look at the people when you're heading straight at them and there's a cat behind the driver's wheel. Priceless.
Their eyes get big. Mooch's eyes got big. There was a moment. Yeah.
And then he gives him the little kitty paw finger thing. Hey, that cat just flipped me off.
Driving here. Meow.
All right. Here come the rules of riding shotgun, though, with Chuck.
That's right. So even if the other passenger is your grandmother with a broken leg, if she doesn't call shotgun first, her butt's going in the back seat. Yep. Those are the rules. You got to follow the rules. We don't make them. We just follow them. If two people call shotgun at the same time, a fist fight will determine the ultimate winner.
I should try that with my kids. Nope. Got to fight it out.
If the trip is interrupted for over 4 minutes for fuel or potty stops, the shotgun passenger loses all of his or her rights, and the open season of the coveted position begins again.
Yes.
I agree with that one. You know, you stop, you go to the grocery store, you go to the bathroom, you take a break. The shotgun's done. Yep.
If you're going to play the game, you better play it all the way.
Exactly. Oh, the computer that went, there we go. It does that, it refreshes, and then it takes you back up to the top. So if a shotgun call from a 265-pound linebacker automatically cancels out a shotgun call from anybody else. Yeah. He gets it. And this one, very important. You cannot do this in advance. Pre-shotgun calling is strictly prohibited.
Ooh, can't do it while you're in the house, putting on coats and stuff.
It's what you can't say shotgun until you get out the door. And I remember many times me and my sister fighting to see who could get out the door first to call for shotgun. Yeah.
All right, let's make ourselves feel old. With 15 years ago, these gadgets were on their way out. April 2009, a tech blog said these gadgets would be no more. First up, landline phones. Still here, but pretty much disappeared.
Yeah.
Right. Have you seen a payphone anywhere in Chihuahua?
I haven't. We've been traveling though, and occasionally we'll see a payphone still functioning, still in existence. And it's like you take a picture and you send it to your friends like, hey, look what I found. Yeah.
I want the whole glass and metal payphone booth in my house. So people go, what's that?
Yeah.
All right. Floppy disks, mostly gone, but some old systems still require them. Of course, they're all in government buildings. True.
Or KCHW.
That's a true joke. Or KCHW. Yeah. We got some dusty ones. I've gotten donations before and went, oh, look, it's got a floppy disk.
Occasionally, especially with government, they send you notices. You have to send them documents or paperwork, whatever, and they require them to be faxed.
Yeah.
And I always respond with, oh, I'm sorry, I left my fax machine back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. So do you, next on the list is wristwatches. Do you have one, Chuck?
I do not.
All right. I have one. I've had one for about, I don't know, maybe now 15, 20 years. Never wear it. I've got one of my dad's. I keep it as a keepsake, you know. High-end watches are collected. Everyday watches are still worn by businessmen and as a fashion item by some guys. And, of course, now we have watches that play music, take our pulse, and make calls. So watches.
That's right, the smart watches. I've seen some people do some cool stuff with them, but I don't know. You know, and this might be TMI. I stopped wearing watches as a child because you get that like sweat underneath them. You know what I'm talking about, and it gets kind of gross under there, and yeah. That, and if you're out in the sun, you get the wristwatch tan line.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. All right, VHS tapes and VCRs, you can't rent them anymore, but there are probably a few people listening to us right now that still pop a tape into a VCR every once in a while. I keep a VCR just to watch a couple versions of movies that were on VHS that you can't get anymore. There was a European version of Evil Dead. What was the version of Evil Dead that was the funny one? That was like number 3.
Oh. Gosh, they were all funny, weren't they?
Yeah, but the third one had Sam Raimi's brother in it from Spider-Man, and he's got a great sense of humor, so he put in all the jokes.
There was the one. Was it the one where they're in the cabin? That was the first one, wasn't it? Where they're in the cabin.
Yeah, it was Evil Dead 2, and then there was Army of Darkness. That's what it was.
Yeah, Army of Darkness was a good one. Yeah.
So there was that movie is a cult classic comedy, comedy horror. The first 2 were just bad horror movies, but that one came out after it became a cult classic. They came out with the director's cut, with the unauthorized director's cut, and then a UK version, all with different scenes and. I think I've got one of everything, but the UK version only on videotape.
Wow. My parents still have their VHS collection. Back in the 80s especially, we had multiple VCRs and they were set up to record. So we would rent movies and put 3 of them per VHS. And my parents still have hundreds of VHS tapes, all with 3 movies or HBO specials or whatever. They tape them off HBO. A bunch of them still at the very beginning. They have that you know the song? Yeah, at the beginning of the movies. Still there. Still watching.
My mom did too. It was mostly though Matlock and Murder She Wrote. 2 of the worst shows ever made. Just saying.
What?
All right. Some other things that have gone the way of the dodo. A beeper, except for doctors still use them, but that's about it. Beepers, not a big thing. Film cameras like LPs and cassettes, film has made a comeback. Typewriters, mostly dead and gone, but a few hobbyists still play with them. The Walkman and the Discman, I still have one of both.
One of my kids actually just bought a Discman the other day.
Oh,
yeah.
Dial-up internet access. Do you think it's still here, Chuck?
I have been to multiple local businesses that still use dial-up internet right here in Chihuahua.
No.
Yep.
All right. An estimated 200,000 Americans still use dial-up. That's not very many spread across the country. So, yay, go Chihuahua.
It's still available, apparently. Shocking.
Still got to pop in that AOL disk, I guess. All right. And DVDs headed that way too. Many people still have their library of DVDs and buy new ones as they're still available. So they didn't die as big as they had predicted, but they've gone away kind of too.
I do occasionally still go to the you get the big bins. You go to the store and they have like the big like bins that are like 4 foot high, just full of like $5 DVDs. Yeah.
All right, ridiculous things men have said and done on dates. This is education for the guys out there today.
I'm gonna change this to ridiculous things Scott has said and done on dates.
Probably.
Probably not. Hopefully not.
Okay.
This one says, I went on a date with a friend of a friend. They sat down at the table. He looked at me and said, I'm sticking my gum under the table right now. I noped right out, and later I found out he had a girlfriend, and he called me later to ask what went wrong. And I told him directly. What? The next one here, I went on a first date with a guy I met at work. The instant we met up, the first words out of his mouth and said with a lascivious grin were, "So, are we going to hook up tonight?" Wow.
Okay. I haven't done either of those things. Thank you, Chuck.
I know. I once had a friend. He had some social issues. He went on a date with a girl, and after date one, bought her a very, very expensive sweater and said, "So I really need to know where this is heading." And I was like, "Dude," and he was wondering why she never wanted to call him back again. I was like, "Dude,
or wear
dude.
the sweater."
No. Yeah. This one says, I went on a blind date. When he first saw me, he said, "Wow, you're so hot. You're like an 8, which is cool because I don't date 10s. Wow. I think what he meant is 10s won't date me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bad one.
I think using the whole numbering system itself is kind of a red flag, regardless of what number you're assigned. Yeah.
And if you have assigned a number, don't tell her.
Right. It's like, that's internal stuff. You keep that to yourself.
On the other hand, though, he could have been really nervous.
Yeah. There's some things you still just don't say.
Okay.
Yeah. This person went on a date with a colleague who was not at the executive level like them. And he asked me, "Who do you have to sleep with to get where you are?"
Oh.
Wow. He was a TV editor and I was vice president of a TV production company. Walked out of the restaurant right there and then.
Wow.
I had a friend once who was a newscaster. She was with some of her friends. I saw her out in public and I said, "Oh, hey, I saw you on TV. How'd you get that job?" And her friends took it as me implying that. And what I meant was, like, where did you go to school? What kind of education do you need? What was your, I was legitimately asking, what are your qualifications? What do you have to do to get a job like that? And they took it the wrong way and were very insulted by what I said. But,
ouch.
Yeah. So I didn't mean it like that. This one, at the end of our dinner date, he pulled out his phone and showed me a photo of a woman wondering if I thought she was attractive. It was her dating profile. He said he was meeting her next and wasn't sure if she was pretty enough.
Ouch.
Wow. So
classic bad idea. That's like it's almost like when you're somebody's car show, you're selling a car and somebody's shopping and you say, "Yeah, I got another one showing up in a couple hours," in hopes that they're going to buy it. I think that was his goal there.
Maybe. I don't know. Usually to that, I say, "All right, well, good luck with that."
Yeah.
Unless I really want the car. Okay, the next one here. This comment came out of the blue on a date. "You're not as pretty as I thought you were." My reply was, "You're not as tall as I thought you were, Scott."
Oh,
goodness. I didn't.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Oh, thanks, Chuck.
I didn't mean to say that. I didn't. That just slipped out. I'm sorry, Scott.
It's all right.
This one said, he said his worst fear was that his worst fear was that I would be fatter than in my photos. He also said he wanted kids, so I asked him what he thought would happen to a woman's body during and after childbirth. Yeah. And the last one here, this person says, "I still can't believe this happened. I was in college and went out with a friend who wanted more. He touched my fingertips with his, leaned in and said, 'You've got pretty fingernails. I'd like to rip them all off.'" And I couldn't get out of there fast enough.
Wow. You put some extra creep on that one, Chuck.
I know, right? I know. That was intentional. And then it's a good thing he didn't have a pair of pliers in his hand, because then it would have been time to call 911.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, one more. We got two more relationship ones. We're going to end with a big relationship joke with Chuck. But this one says, a lot of husbands like to think they're better drivers than their wives. A lot of wives like to think they're better drivers than their husbands. So what do they tell each other when they do something wrong? Apparently not much. About 1,000 husbands and wives were surveyed as to what they do and don't tell their spouse when it comes to damaging the family car or other little illegal driving mishaps and shenanigans. 35% blame the ding on someone else. 25% don't tell their partner about a ticket. 24% keep car accidents a secret. They're going to know on the insurance.
Right. How can you keep that a secret? Yeah.
19% admit to driving without insurance and then not saying anything to their spouse.
Ooh.
And about 42% of men ding a car and then blame it on someone else compared to 27% of women.
What? Who did that? Who did that?
It's like overprotecting your ego.
I was just a few weeks ago, I was in a parking garage in Spokane and someone was pulled in next to me. I was on the phone and they opened their car door and it hit the side of my car. And then they got mad at me for apparently like sitting there, and they repeatedly started hitting my car over and over again with their door, like trying to get my car to move or something. I don't understand what the point was. And then
what'd you do?
I was still on the phone. I put my hands up like, what are you doing? And they just got out and walked away. I didn't do, I honestly, I went out, there was no damage because it was hitting sort of the mirror and it was stopping it from hitting the car fully. It didn't cause any damage, but it was really, really bizarre.
You're a much better person than me. If there was damage, I would have called the cops. And
right.
If there wasn't damage after they walked away, I would have crouched down and let all the air out of their tire.
Ooh. You know, it was just a weird, surreal situation. And I was on the phone call with a group chat with a bunch of other people, and we were in the middle of something important. And I just stopped the conversation and say, oh my goodness, somebody's hitting my car right now over and over again. Yeah.
Wow.
It was weird.
Wow.
It was really bizarre. And she was so mad at me. And she was driving a big SUV. I'm in my little Prius. And, she's just.
Well, that's what it was.
Maybe.
It was, you were getting some right-wing hate there, I think.
Maybe. God.
Over your Prius.
I don't know. Right. I don't know if she saw that I was in the car.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the glare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Women are like apples on trees. What? Chuck, explain yourself.
Yeah. So women are like apples on trees, Scott. The best ones are at the top of the tree. Most men don't want to reach for the good ones because they're afraid of falling and getting hurt. Instead, they just get the rotten apples from the ground that aren't as good, but easy. Oh, did I just say that out loud?
You did.
Oh.
With a good pause before it, too.
Right. So the apples at the top just think something's wrong with them, when in reality, they are amazing. They just have to wait for the right man to come along, the one who's brave enough to climb all the way to the top of the tree. And men, on the other hand, are like a fine wine. They start out as grapes. It's up to the women to stomp the heck out of them till they turn into something acceptable to have dinner with.
What's that on your chest? Oh, my wife was stomping me.
But it's okay. Now I'm acceptable with dinner.
All right, we've got some funny odd news stories today, as well as local birthdays and a little bit more. If you stay right here, we're going to go thank our sponsors and deliver a little news, and we'll be right back. It's Northern Lights Public Radio, KCHW 102.7.
Well, I'm here to tell you that you're probably going to find out as you go out there that you're not going to amount to jack squat. Hook it down now.
It's 8:18.
Programming on KCHW is made possible in part by listeners like you and by
Country Chevrolet. Country Chevrolet, located at 880 South Main Street in Colville, is a full-service Chevrolet dealership, offering a wide range of new and pre-owned vehicles with at-home mobile test drive service available. In addition, Country Chevrolet also offers maintenance and service, vehicle rentals, and full auto detailing. More information is available at countrychevy.com or by calling 509-684-8400. KCHW would like to thank Country Chevrolet for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at CheWelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at CheWelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, April the 18th, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. Health disparities in Texas are not only making some people sick, they are also having an impact on the state's economy.
A new study finds Texas is losing $7 billion a year because it doesn't adequately address quality of life issues and the healthcare needs of its lower income residents. The research was sponsored by the Episcopal Health Foundation, Methodist Healthcare Ministries of South Texas, and St. David's Foundation. Brian Sasser with the Episcopal Health Foundation says healthcare includes more than doctors' visits and medication.
It's everything from increasing access to affordable health insurance to investing in under-resourced neighborhoods to give them more options, whether that's exercise options or food options. Look at policy changes that expands health insurance coverage for new moms.
The report breaks down the economic cost of preventable health differences for every Texas county. It says Bexar, Dallas, Harris, Tarrant, and Travis counties are losing the most money annually because of health disparities. I'm Frida Ross reporting.
And now from CNN, the impeachment trial against Alejandro Mayorkas barely got underway. The Senate killed the articles of impeachment against the Homeland Security Secretary on Wednesday. And more than a third of all Massachusetts municipalities have had a change in their chief election official or their town clerk since the 2020 presidential election.
Heightened scrutiny and harassment are helping fuel an increasing turnover rate of election officials in Massachusetts and beyond, according to a new report. More than a third of all Massachusetts municipalities have had a change in their chief election official or town clerk since 2020. Rachel Ory with the Bipartisan Policy Institute says the job has grown more complex.
Today, election officials must manage everything from cybersecurity risks posed by foreign adversaries to public communications with people who are doubting the outcome of elections to information technology, legal disputes.
While Massachusetts has experienced lower turnover rates than other states, Ory says rates are highest in larger urban jurisdictions, which have been the focus of unsubstantiated claims of voter fraud. The Justice Department says it has opened more than 100 investigations involving threats to election workers since the creation of a special task force in 2021. Many threats stem from the belief that the 2020 presidential election was stolen. Ory says the stresses of the job are impacting longtime workers dedicated to free and fair elections.
That's where state and federal legislators can really step in to provide adequate resources, competitive compensation levels, and safety protections for election officials.
Support for this reporting was provided by the Carnegie Corporation of New York. For Public News Service, I'm Catherine Carley.
This is Public News Service. It's budget time in New York, and the New York Heat Act might not make the final budget.
The bill reduces the state's reliance on natural gas and cuts ratepayer costs by eliminating certain rules. It was in both legislative chambers' one-house budgets, but last-minute scrambling could remove it. New York League of Conservation voters Patrick McClellan says aside from people's preference for natural gas, other challenges have made the bill hard to pass.
I think that there has also been some irresponsible fear-mongering against this bill from some people who oppose it, basically telling people that this means that their natural gas service is going to be taken away from them tomorrow, or it's going to happen without warning. And that's just not the case.
The bill would not mean gas companies could walk away from providing service to new customers since its effects occur over a longer period. Rural lawmakers have been skeptical about relying solely on electricity since people could lose power in bad storms. I'm Edwin J. Vieira.
Next, Merrick Tegeroff, Oregon lawmakers passed a major housing package in this year's session, but easing the state's housing crisis will take some more work.
Bills passed during the short legislative session will send a total of $376 million to address the state's housing shortage. That includes Senate Bill 1530 and Senate Bill 1537. Priorities for Governor Tina Kotek. Head of Habitat for Humanity of Oregon, Shannon Vilhauer, says the governor's housing package is groundbreaking.
We also see important investments in emergency housing assistance, addiction recovery, support, and renters protection. So those are all investments that are going to help stabilize Oregonians in need of housing assistance and benefit the communities we all share.
The housing package includes funds for housing and homelessness projects and to support counties buying land and development properties.
Finally, our Mark Moran lets us know that educators and public school advocates are pushing back on a measure that would consolidate state-funded services that have been an important part of schools in rural Iowa for generations.
Area education agencies, or AEAs, have been the go-to place for educators in rural Iowa when they need state services at the local level in all 99 Iowa counties. House Bill 2612 would consolidate the AEAs, outsource some of their services, and give the state oversight of them. Common Good Iowa's Mike Owen says the AEAs have been critical resources for generations.
The area education agencies have been a very valuable regional system that helps school districts large and small with various services that they can't really do on their own, from special education to media services to professional development of teachers.
Governor Kim Reynolds, who signed House Bill 2612, says the measure will provide a more efficient way to spend the state's education dollars.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. You can hear us on radio stations big and small, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trusted indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Don't forget, you can listen online too at kchw.org.
We are two wild and crazy guys!
Two Jedi have landed in the main hangar bay. We're tracking them.
I told you about them too.
Always two. There are a master and an apprentice.
Go, I'll stall them long enough for you two to get a head start.
These are the boys that were brought to trial. The judge sentenced them to 3 years in prison and suspend the sentence.
Please.
Suspend the sentence. They went free that very day.
Yeah, looks pretty bad. 2 of them are over here.
They may think it's twice as safe because there are 2 of them. But it isn't twice as safe. It's 10 times twice as dangerous.
There's 2 of them. One of them's got a gun. Did you pay the gas bill?
So, all 2 of them?
Oh, yeah, you know we have 2 of them.
The only way we're going to get those 2 to successfully mate is if they are alone together.
1 gorilla, 2 gorillas. Big deal.
Well,
wow, that wasn't nice at all.
Well, we don't have a gun, Scott, but we definitely have gas.
Okay. Yay.
Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. We are not monkeys in a cage. We are Scott and Chuck back for part 2 of the morning show. Sorry.
All right. You like that little thing I put together, I take it, because you can't stop giggling.
I know, it's funny. It's funny. I kept thinking there were the pauses in there. I kept starting to talk. And I'm like, oh, yeah, there's more. There's more.
There's more. All right. Kicking this segment off with local birthdays, and hopefully Chuck's got some all ready for us.
I always have them ready. That's my highlight of the day, Scott.
All right.
All right. So today we have Cliff Hoagland, Cheryl George, and Joe Dreises with birthdays today. Happy birthday, everybody.
All right. Big round of applause. See him around town, point and laugh. Tell him we talked about him on the radio.
That's right.
We've got a whole bunch of celebrity birthdays today. I mean, a ridiculous amount.
Holy
I've never
cow.
seen so many.
They just keep going and going.
Cindy Pickett, the mom in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, is 77. James Woods, I love him on Family Guy.
I've got James Woods.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. 77 today. Rick Moranis, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Ghostbusters, Spaceballs, turning 71. In Ghostbusters, wasn't he the Keymaster, or is that who he was looking for?
Oh, I think he was. Was he the Keymaster or the Gatekeeper?
I think he was Keymaster. But I love that scene when he's outside the restaurant looking in.
Yeah.
All right, Eric Roberts, Runaway Train, Less Than Perfect. Brother Julia Roberts, Less Than Perfect is Perfect, 68.
There you go.
Jane Leaves from Houghton, Cleveland. Fraser, Princess Bride, 63. Ventriloquist Jeff Dunham, 62. Who is your favorite Jeff Dunham puppet?
I don't really know. I'm not really a fan.
What?
I'm not.
What?
Like, I'm okay with puppetry. I don't know. Some of his, he was funny, but I don't know. Just not my thing.
He's too clean for you.
Yeah, that's it. I don't have anything against him. I just don't really watch his stuff.
All right. I like the old man. I love Ahmed the terrorist. Can't stand Peanut. And I know that's like everybody's favorite. Yeah. But that like pink monkey, he makes me, it's like I have to drink a gallon of Pepto-Bismol or something. I can't take that. I
guess his Joe Biden puppet is pretty funny. Yeah.
All right, Conan O'Brien, 61. Eric McCormick from Will and Grace, 61. Maria Bello from NCIS, 57. David Tennant from Around the World in 80 Days, 53.
One of the best
Melissa
ever. Sorry, I had to interrupt. David Tennant, one of my top two favorite actors of all time. David Tennant.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
really?
amazing.
I can't even picture what he looks like.
He was the Doctor. He was Doctor Who for 4 seasons. Okay. Yeah, he was in Broadchurch. He's in Good Omens. All kinds of good stuff.
Melissa Joan Hart, Sabrina is probably best known for Sabrina the Teenage Witch, 48. Kourtney Kardashian, 45. America Ferrera from Barbie and the Superstore, 40. Tom Hughes, Discovery of Witches, 38. Rosie Huntington Whiteley from Mad Max Fury Road, 37. Vanessa Kirby, Pieces of a Woman, The Crown, Mission Impossible Fallout, 36. Aaliyah Shawkat from Being the Ricardos and Arrested Development, 35. And Britt Robertson from Tomorrowland is 34. All right.
Oh, very cool. All right. So it happened today in 1775. 2 lanterns were hung in Boston, Massachusetts, and Paul Revere, William Dawes, and Samuel Prescott rode to warn of the impending arrests of Samuel Adams and John Hancock.
All right.
I believe that was Herbie Hancock.
What show was that from?
I think it was Tommy Boy, wasn't it?
Yes. I just watched that because I knew I just seen it a few nights ago. It was Tommy Boy where he takes the test and thinks he's got all the answers right.
Yeah. Then in 1923, Yankee Stadium, they call it the house that Ruth built, was opened. 1991, Charlie Kovacs of Seymour Victoria, Australia, set the world camper speed record by towing his roadster camper at a speed of 126.76 miles per hour.
Wow. I've never done that with a camper, but I have jumped an RV.
Nice. We sold it. We had a fifth wheel. We sold it. And I'm assuming the people that bought it from us aren't listening. I have no idea where they are, but they went to the desert and posted pictures bragging about how they were 4x-ing through the desert, towing said RV, broke the mount on the hitch as they jumped a 40-foot fifth wheel. And I don't even know how they did it, but they bragged about it, and then later came to us and said, "You sold us a lemon. This hitch broke." And I happened to be following them on Facebook because they had a Facebook page with their traveling adventures. And I pointed out to them, 3 days ago, you literally bragged on Facebook about how you caught air with the fifth wheel in the desert. So, no.
So when up in Kettle Falls, I have a neighbor who's a mechanic, and he builds race cars. And the guy that was going to show up to tow the fifth wheel to the back of my property never made it. So we came up with an idea to tow it with the zombie truck, which had that flatbed on the back of it.
Yeah.
And we put the fifth wheel. I turned the drop hitch upside down so it was a drop up hitch, and we put the fifth wheel on it because it took a It took like the cow, the one for horse trailers,
Yeah.
not a typical fifth wheel hitch.
Yeah.
And as he came around a corner, he hit a mogul, and all that weight on the back of that. Basically, the zombie truck was an RV for people that never saw it around Chihuahua.
Yeah.
It actually was so much weight on the back of the zombie truck, and we're talking like a 30-foot motorhome, that it did an endo. It started to point the nose straight up at the sky. And I'm going, oh no, because I know the nose of that thing's going to go down into the dirt and we're going to lose the fifth wheel and stuff. And I'm looking at him in the driver's seat about to yell, and I see his face smile from, ear to ear, and he punches it and it drops the front of that RV right back down to the ground, and he comes around the corner. It was amazing.
Wow.
All right, enough stories.
Yeah.
Where we
let's see. In 1999, hockey player Wayne Gretzky's number 99 was retired league-wide in the NHL. 1999, that was 25 years ago he retired, Scott.
Wow.
I was wondering I was actually thinking about him the other day, and I knew he retired, but just for a split second, I'm like, is he? No, he retired, right? 25 years ago. Wow. People that were alive when he retired, people were born after he retired, are now getting insurance discounts. Yeah. 2001, a San Francisco man was arrested for a string of bank robberies after he dropped a receipt with his name on it. At one point, he dropped his name on it at one point and left his resume at another. Police said the 37-year-old bandit was intoxicated during the robberies. Of course,
you got an idea.
If you're going to go out on a string of bank robberies, do it at least sober. I'm just saying, don't do it at all. But if you're going to do it, be sober, because you'll leave your ID. 2003, Scott Peterson was arrested in San Diego. We all know what happened there. I'm not going to finish that one. 2009, Washington and Lee University in Virginia saw a missing library book returned back to its shelves nearly 145 years after it was stolen by a Union soldier during the Civil War. This is a cool story. The 1842 book, which was the first volume of W.F.P. Napier's 4-volume History of the War in the Peninsula and the South of France from the year 1807 to the year 1814, very specific, was returned by a friend of one of the soldier's descendants. Wow. That is cool. 2018, this one, I know you're a big fan of this film. The Black Panther film was first shown at a commercial cinema. The Black Panther was the first film shown at a commercial cinema in 35 years in Saudi Arabia as the cinemas were reopened.
Wow.
That's cool.
Just got a ban on movies, yeah.
That's cool. 2023, Southwest Airlines grounded 800 planes, causing thousands of delays.
Wow. All right, special events. We got a bunch of these today, too. First, Adult Autism Awareness Day. Get to know your customers day, and I always feel the best way to do that is give them a hug.
Mm-hmm. Just walk up. Hey.
Thank you for shopping.
Come here.
Or perhaps take advantage of this and do high five. It's High Five Day. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. There you go. All right, I got it. I got you.
I got something for this.
Talk to the hand.
Transfer your money into your daughter's account day. Okay. Animal Crackers
Isn't that
Day.
every day? I mean, it's just life, right?
Lineman Appreciation Day. Who wants to climb that? Yeah. Newspaper Columnist Day, Pet Owners Independence Day, Pinata Day, and the biggest one for me, oh man, I'm so excited about this, Velociraptor Awareness Day. Okay. Wow, that's a little loud.
Be aware. Be very aware. Our number of the day is 53. That is the percentage of students in the U.S. dropped off and picked up by cars. In 1970, only 16% of students aged 6 and up were driven to school in a private vehicle.
Wow.
You ever
Did
been
have to walk to school?
I would never lived close enough to walk to school. I did for a while. I rode a snowmobile to school during the winter and then a 4-wheeler when it was warm. I did that.
Nice.
And there was no parking for that, so I would go to the bicycle rack and actually chain the ski. There's like a little loop in the front of the ski, and I would chain that up to the bicycle rack. Next to all the other snowmobiles chained to the bicycle rack.
I grew up in North Dakota. I remember I'm in grade school. I'm probably about 8 years old. And I don't have too many childhood memories, but I remember this one. Here's a whiteout. It's a blizzard, North Dakota blizzard. And my mom bundles me up with a face mask and some goggles in my snowmobile suit. And it's about 10 blocks to the school. And she pushed me out the front door and said, "You know the way."
Wow.
That's a true story.
Wow.
She sent me to walk to school in a whiteout.
Wow. I do remember one time I had my snowmobile chained to the bike rack. Came out at the end of the day to go home. There was the bike rack, there was my snowmobile, and someone had parked next to me and chained their skid to mine. Thinking, this is secure. They weren't very smart, Scott.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't malicious. They were just thinking mine was chained to the bicycle rack. It's secure. I'll just chain it to his.
How long do you have to wait?
Probably about 10, 15 minutes. All right. Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
All right, let's do just a few news and nuggets. First one, I'll cover this since we just brought it up. It's High Five Day. San Diego resident Connor Latowska and his friend Win Wallant came up with the idea during a late-night conversation as a way people can freely exchange high fives between all different genders, races, heights, and social classes. First year, the guy held the event on the University of Virginia's campus, and by the second year, it had spread across the U.S. High five.
That sounds like a high 5-day event that they would come up with. Hey man, let's make a holiday and just give each other high fives all day. Yeah. I love it. All right. So the average American only gets 43 minutes of me time a day. This says, struggling to find a little me time? You're far from alone, because the average American only gets 5 hours of me time in an entire week. That's just 43 minutes a day, Scott. Do you get enough me time?
Yeah, I get plenty of me time.
No, I'm sorry.
So much me time, I hate hanging out with myself.
No.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to find me time.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Sorry, I cut you off. What'd you say?
No, I get a lot more now that I'm in the radio station, but sometimes the me time was in the bathroom.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a good story. 1 in 10 mature couples still react to their partner with the same intensity as those in the first stages of romantic love. That's only 1 in 10 carrying that flame, folks.
No.
Researchers scanned the brains of couples who had been together for at least 20 years and others who had recently met. After being shown a picture of their mate, 10% of the older couples displayed the same burst of pleasure-producing dopamine as the new couples did. Previous research suggests that this giggity, can't keep your hands off each other brain reaction, starts to fade after about 15 months normally.
Aw. I think any relationship, it kind of ebbs and flows. It comes and goes.
Yeah.
You know?
All right.
There's not always bad in that, though. I don't know.
Okay. As long as you come back.
Right, exactly. So a Texas woman left her 2 young children alone in their Houston apartment while she went on a cruise. Wow. The children, 8 and 6, were discovered by neighbors in disarrayed and unsanitary state. The mother, Lakeisha Woods Williams, had allegedly left on April 4th and did not return, prompting concerned neighbors to call the police. The children stated that their mother had left for vacation without specifying her return date. Williams had set up a webcam to monitor and communicate with the children remotely while she was away. Following a court hearing, Williams was charged with felony child abandonment and taken into custody. I believe she was quoted saying, "Kevin!"
So we have a similar story in Odd News, and I'm just going to have to play the sound effect twice because I think she deserves it.
You're short, your belly button sticks out too far, and you're a terrible burden on your poor mother.
So you just stripped to the things that you know. Shopping, nail polish, your father's BMW, and your poor, rich, drunk mother in the Caribbean.
Too bad you don't trust me. Because I thought, you and me, we might get your mother out of the clink.
The Mom Bad News train is pulling in. Toot, toot.
Wow. Who does that?
Wow. I've felt bad for, like, you know, if we have to leave for, you know, an extended, like, if sometimes a couple times we've left like really early in the morning and we knew we weren't going to be back till probably midnight, leaving the dogs alone, and we'll set up a webcam to keep an eye on the dogs, you know.
Wow.
Just make sure they're okay so we can talk to them.
All right. Yeah, you could have done that with the kids, apparently.
Right? Wow.
All right, let's wrap up this show.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing.
Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right. Woohoo!
All right, let's kick things off with the news attack. First part true, second part bad joke, and wow, the true part of this first two is horrible.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers back at it again. He says the HIV/AIDS pandemic was created by the U.S. government. I think he fumbled the facts on that one, Scott.
All right, obviously, Aaron has had too many hits to the head.
Mm-hmm.
Professional is he a baseball or football?
Football player. He was a quarterback for the Packers.
Suddenly, the flat earthers seem more intelligent.
Do they, though?
And I have a question for him. It's a sound effect. I have to pull it up. Hold on. Bear with me. Here it comes.
Okay.
Did you eat a lot of paint chips when you were a kid? Why?
No. Wow. So go ahead. No, you go ahead. You do it. You got it. You were talking about this
People are in awe of robotics company Boston Dynamics' latest creation. I was talking about their new super cool robot that looks like it was stolen from Will Smith's iRobot.
Mm-hmm.
It can open doors, deliver packages, and politely ignore you like a teenager.
Yeah, everything you'd want in a robot.
Yeah.
A report found that American doctors misdiagnosed 1 out of every 20 adult patients. In other words, sir, relax. You're not pregnant.
Oh, that's such a relief. Research confirms that exercise during pregnancy can be good for the developing baby as well as the mother. And why not exercise when you're pregnant? I mean, you've got a built-in yoga ball on your stomach. Oh. Should have let you do that one.
Oh, like an upside-down turtle. Sorry, ladies. A study found that exercise machines are supposed to tell you how many calories you burn while exercising aren't very accurate. Could have told you that one, though. I've been working out on a treadmill at home, and based on the number of calories I've burned, I should be down to my original weight, 8 pounds, 6 ounces.
Oh, no. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill requiring the teaching of communism's history in public schools starting from kindergarten. Kids today will learn about communism right after night nap time and right before the advanced class on why ice cream can't be for dinner.
Oh, Ron DeSantis. This study found that people lowered their risk of developing serious diseases, such as diabetes and heart problems, by eating 2 ounces or approximately 14 walnuts per day. So let's see, Scott. For me to consume 14 walnuts, how many chocolate sundaes would that take?
I'm probably 7. Isn't there like 2 walnuts on each one, or is that one walnut split in half?
I don't know. I'm a big fan of them. I would probably put that on each Sunday.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We're going to move on to wacky but true. We don't add anything to these stories but sound effects. Police in St. Louis found an 8-year-old driving a car erratically with his mom, LaTanya Mays Gale. She was passed out in the back seat. Child's mother was reportedly intoxicated and thought her son could drive home. Authorities intervened after a security officer saw the boy driving the wrong way. Mays Gale was taken to the hospital and later arrested for endangering her children. And there we go with our mom sound effect again.
You're short, your belly button sticks out too far, and you're a terrible burden on your poor mother.
So you just stripped me the things that you know. Shopping, nail polish, your father's BMW, and your poor, rich, drunk mother in the Caribbean.
Too bad you don't trust me. Because I thought, well, you and me, we might get your mother out of the clink.
The mom bad news train is pulling in.
Choo-choo.
Wow. So this one, a 43-year-old woman pushed her alleged uncle's corpse into a bank in Rio de Janeiro in an attempt to withdraw $2,600. Bank staff called the police after noticing the man was lifeless and unable to sign the documents. Security video later revealed the woman pushing her uncle's dead body around a shopping mall before the incident. Police confirmed the man had likely been dead for hours. I believe.
I bet she was using his credit card at the store.
Yeah, right. Oh, Uncle Bernie. oh, there's more. So last month, that's right. Last month, we told you about a shocking incident out of Ashtabula, Ohio, where 2 roommates were charged with abusing a corpse. The charges came after they allegedly propped up their deceased roommate's body to withdraw money from his account. Police detailed how the pair, along with an unnamed accomplice, positioned the dead man's body in his car and drove to the bank to conduct the withdrawal through a drive-through teller window. Yeah, hold on. Sorry. This morbid act was discovered after they left the man's body at a medical center without providing any information about him.
Oh, man.
You're dead, man. You're so dead.
Dead man's toe! Dead man's toe! Dead man's toe! Dead man's toe! Dead man's toe!
Could you tell me why you got a dead man with an arm missing?
You fought? No, man. Dead guy.
Wow. That's disturbing. Like, hey,
disturbing.
Hey, our roommate's dead. Let's go get his money. He doesn't need it.
Can't use it.
Wow. Holy
right.
cow.
Here's another fun one. High-speed bullet train in Japan delayed for a whole 17 minutes in Tokyo due to a 16-inch snake found in a passenger car. Snake was discovered during a journey from Nagoya to Tokyo, prompting the train's cancellation to Osaka. More than 600 passengers experienced the delay as the train was taken out of service and replaced because of the snake. The type of snake found has not been disclosed. So I think I have an idea.
That snake looks delicious. What part do you think I'm about to eat?
You eel in snake's clothing!
I was going for a snake/ninja approach with a little hissing.
And Samuel Jackson is sick of it.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Right.
So a 37-year-old Nashville man was taken into custody for vandalism after his mother told officers that he became upset after not getting the amount of cigarettes he wanted and threw away a TV, a Bluetooth speaker, and a small table in a dumpster, causing damage to them.
There were 3 men in a boat with 4 cigarettes and no matches. How did they manage to smoke? They threw 1 cigarette overboard and made the boat a cigarette lighter.
Smoke if you got him.
Robin.
Hey, a China story.
Oh, yeah.
Police in China broke up a gang of deaf robbers who carried out a string of thefts under the direction of a brutal gang leader. The leader and 11 gang members were sent to prison. Deaf robbers. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, this is Igor. He's a deaf mute. He's one of my assistants.
What is it? What? What is what? What? I see your lips moving, but I can't make out the words. I'm deaf. What?
Judges in Germany rejected a woman's claim that a candy company didn't properly warn her that the quantities of licorice she was consuming could potentially be harmful. The woman wanted $7,200 in damages because she claimed the 1 pound of licorice she ate every day for 4 months caused her heart problems.
Whoa.
Whoa. Pound.
See, I told you last week. I told you that Germany is just like Poland.
Wow.
Yeah.
A pound a day of sugar.
What do you know about a plane that's arrived with a bunch of Germans on it? Germans. There's a plane with Germans on it.
Oh, the Germans are mad at me. I'm so scared. Ooh, the Germans. No, they're so big and strong.
Stop it, Mr. Burns.
Pretending you're scared of us, please.
Burns, stop it.
Stop it.
Right.
Stop it, Scott.
A pound of licorice every day.
That's crazy. How could who has the time?
I do, but I won't do it.
No, don't eat a pound of licorice every day. That's crazy. Crazy.
Right. So, big question on my mind as we wrap up the show. Can people still sign up for Chihuahua's Got Talent?
They can still sign up for Chihuahua's Got Talent. They have until tomorrow. I'm going to call it tomorrow at midnight. Tomorrow by the end of the day to get us those before Saturday morning. Again, if you have signed up, I've been reaching out to people. I'm gonna continue that today. But there's a checkbox on there for the time that you signed up for the event to come and audition. That is the time. The first time, if you signed up from 10 to noon, show up at 10 o'clock. If you signed up from 2 to 3 noon to 2, sign up at noon. I can't speak, Scott. So sign up within the beginning of the hour that you signed up for, and we'll get you through there and get you on your way. I can't wait to see what's happening on Saturday. We're going to have hopefully lots of folks show up. Again, come through the main doors on the City Hall side of the building to come in and get signed in and get you going. And we're going to have some seating and I don't know, maybe we'll even have some snacks available. I can't make any promises though.
All right. Bring some water, especially if you're a singer. That's all we're saying.
That's right.
All right. So just so folks know, if you're got a late start on this, on our Facebook page, pinned to the top is our feature story. And that story has links to get the waiver and make your appointment. And also the link to buy tickets for the show, which is now on May 11th. You can get those on our Facebook page, KCHW Radio on Facebook, or on our website, kchw.org or northernlightspublicradio.com. Both places get you sent in the right direction.
Yep. I'm looking forward to it. We got some. We had another comedian sign up recently. That's 3 comedy acts we have.
Oh,
yeah.
Excellent.
So that's going to be fun, and we've got a whole band coming to play a Metallica song, which will be fun. We've got all kinds of stuff. Again, still searching for a magician. I would love so much if we had a magician. Haven't had one. I don't know why I'm stuck on that. I just really want to see one. So.
Okay. All right. Maybe, no, you're just trying to make it a well-rounded show.
Exactly. Maybe we can get Eric Stevens to do a Zoom video.
Okay.
I don't know. Probably too late to plan that. But no, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. And big thank you to everyone who has signed up and everyone who helped with it. And those posters around town, those also have a QR code on them with information. And the QR code brings you to the link for tickets. So
all right.
For the May 11th show. So there you go.
Okay. Thanks so much for tuning in today. If you missed any part of the show and you want to catch up with it, you can find it on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Other than that, we want you to have a great day. We'll be back at 7:20 tomorrow, and you keep listening to Northern Lights Public Radio, KCHW 102.7.
That finger out of your ear. You don't know where that finger's been.
Don't tell me how to live my life, Dad. Goodbye, everybody. Get signed up for Toledo's Got Talent.
This concludes the broadcast from World